couple months, I really struggled with just reselling in general. Please don't judge us, because look what she did. So, hi guys, welcome to another vlog. So today is Tuesday, it's about 7:28, and we are gonna go to the Goodwill outlet. I'm actually really excited to take you guys. This is my first time I'm gonna take this little camera, so we'll see how it goes. I have like some plans for today. So basically the plans that I am going to try and get done is I do want to go a little bit of Christmas shopping. I'm probably not going to take you guys with me. I might show you just like a small little clip. But I have some of my family members who watch my channel, so I don't want them to see what I actually get them for Christmas. So I do need to do that. I actually have not gone Christmas shopping at all. Sorry, this is a little wobbly. I have not gone Christmas shopping at all, so this will be interesting and kind of fun. I do need to go to the Goodwill outlet. I am trying to work ahead. I have some updates to give you guys in this vlog, so definitely stay tuned. I also plan to make the vlog a little bit longer than I normally do. Something I notice is like I personally love to watch longer vlogs, and maybe you guys are the same way. I just like to watch them as I am like working on stuff and just like working on my own business. I don't know what it is, but it just really motivates me watching somebody else like improve and work on their business. So I have some plans to make the vlog a lot longer. But yeah, so what else? I have 12 listings I need to get up this week, or I'm sorry, today. I have increased my listings. I'm gonna do it 4 times a week. I am gonna list Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, take a break on Thursday, and then go Friday. So we're gonna see how that goes, and those are gonna be 12 every day. So I'm gonna do that, and hopefully that gets me closer to like what I want to make from reselling. I also might take you to a regular thrift store, just depending on how much time I have today. I have some recent sales to show you. So the reason I want to take you to a regular thrift store is I am trying to diversify what I find. I also I'm really excited because I want to maybe find some Christmas gifts. I am trying to lean towards more of thrifted gifts. Every year I get a little bit more comfortable giving people gifts thrifted. I know my partner, he's all for it. He loves getting thrifted gifts, so I definitely am going to look for him. And then I have like 2 other people in mind that I am going to kind of test the waters. I know some people are iffy about thrifted gifts, but for me, it saves money. It's like way better to try and find some of this stuff at the thrift store. And 2, like 3, sometimes you can find really unique stuff. So if I go to another thrift store for thrifted gifts, that will definitely be part of this video. I just don't know how much time I have. But I think it could be a fun idea. I've seen a lot of people doing that lately. And I think it could be a great thing to do, so I'm all for it. Yeah, so let's go to the thrift store, let's go to Goodwill, and let's first stop and get a coffee, because I'm in the mood, and this is my 1 coffee a week that I usually let myself get, so I really want to get a coffee. All right, I will see you when we get to the Goodwill outlet. Peace. Alrighty, we have made it back to the Goodwill outlet. Just waiting for a rotation. Some things I decided to pass up on was this vintage Lee button down. The comps were pretty bad for this one. I did like the style. I also found this Abercrombie & Fitch. I personally love this style of shirt. I have a couple of them, but when I checked the sell-through rate, it was not doing well. So we passed. This was a fun experiment. I went to the other side waiting for the bins to rotate, and I don't know about that. I usually don't go on this side because it's very crazy and they have these giant bins and I can really never find anything, but I actually found a vintage Talbot's like Christmas sweater last time, but this was a Burton long sleeve I decided to pass up on. Struggling a little bit here. I found this cool jacket. I decided to pick that up, so you'll see that in the haul. I was so excited about this. This is a new tags Patagonia, but the strap was a little broken. I just could not leave it. I knew that I was gonna just fix it because it's brand new with tags from Patagonia. Like, how could I leave that? This was a blazer, I think by Michael Kors. I was struggling a little bit. I just kept losing all my stuff everywhere. But the comps on this one were doing decent, so I decided to grab that as well. It has a lot of hair on it. And I struggled for a while on this one, but this is Denim & Supply Ralph Lauren, size large. I'll talk a little bit about this in the video. Yeah, and then I also found the Who shirt by this brand I'll talk a little bit about, but I'm really excited. I found some really great stuff. Can't wait to show you. Hi guys, hopefully you can see me and it's not bad lighting, but I just got out of the bins and I kind of want to talk a little bit about some stuff that I found. So I'm actually really happy because I was about to leave and go to like a thrift store, but I'm so glad I stayed for the second rotation. Sorry if there's little fuzzies, but so glad I stayed for the second rotation because I found so many new with tags like R+A, Isabel Marant or something. I found like a couple new to me brands, so I'm super excited to kind of like show you guys. Sorry, this is like a little wonky. So I'm really excited to show you guys. And anyways, so I got around 20 pounds, which is a lot for me. And I spent around $40.87 because my Goodwill outlet is $1.99 per pound. And honestly, I'm thinking that they're probably going to go up. They haven't gone up in a little bit of time. So I'm thinking like, sorry, my sweater. I'm thinking in like January and stuff, they're probably going to go up. So I'm going to take you home, show you my little haul, and then I'm going to get to photographing and stuff like that. So let's head home. All right. How you doing, Marmar? Sitting on my listing book. Just chilling, listing my items, chilling out with Mar. Right, Mar? Hi guys, good morning. So I'm really sorry I did not show you what I thrifted yesterday. Just got home a little bit late. So I do want to show you some things that I got. This first thing is a vintage called Winter Mate. The reason I got this is because it is very like 90s. It has a flannel lining on the inside. So I felt that I saw some sold comps that were decent. It does have this little logo, but I don't think it will hinder it too much. I found this really cool jacket. That was funny. It's women's. It does need a little deep hilling, but it is longer lined. I found a lot of new tags items that I was so happy about, but I did find this vintage Alaska like pullover zip. Just loved the style of it. We have this like Free People gauzy black dress. Hopefully you can see it. New tags, you guys saw this Patagonia. Now it does have a little flaw, but I do plan to fix it. It's a very small little like tear in the strap, but it's so cute. It's like a wide leg jumpsuit. So I felt this was substantial enough to get and would do fine. You saw this Denim Supply. Sorry, you saw this Denim in Supply little dress. So the comps were not that great on this one in particular, but I feel like with the right keywords, because it's like a floral like cottagecore print, I can sell that. New tags, Peruvian connection dress. It's kind of like, has a little dust spots, but it is a really pretty like, I don't know, kind of fit and flare a little bit. It's like, I don't know, cotton modal blend, I believe. A few more things I will show you. I got this based off of Style. This is what Kamichi in Blue, I think is how you pronounce it. It's from Urban Outfitters. Let me fix this. It is a mesh leopard lace top. Lots of good keywords. This I was so happy about. This is R&A. It does have a couple little tiny spots and a little tear on the front, but this is brand new with tags. This is a great brand to be on the lookout for. Very expensive. Vintage Woolridge. Got it basically because of this. It's so cute. All embroidered. First time ever finding this brand. This is Joa Brown. I was shocked to find this, and this is actually what led me into the bin with all the new tags. So I found this and I was like, yeah, there's got to be other gems in here, so we're gonna keep on digging. I got this. This is North End. It does have a little logo on the chest, but this is a great style. It has the corduroy collar. It is canvas. Kind of reminds me of Carhartt. That's kind of why I got it. This is Michael by Michael Kors wool blazer. These are doing decent for men, so I thought, why not try it out? I'm not sure of this brand. I will pop it on the screen, but it is The Who, which is a band, and it's by this brand with a giant V. So first time I've ever found this brand. We the Free, extra small, kind of like button down. I need to replace one of the buttons. First time finding this one. Save the Duck ultra light jacket. Comps were not the best with this one either, but I couldn't leave it behind, so I think I'll just lower the price a little bit. Also really excited about this brand, Isabella Marant. This is kind of like a corduroy blouse. Very in for this time of year. This is a new to me brand. This is Earthwear, I think. Earthwear apparel. And it actually is brand new with tags. I found it in that same kind of bin. It retailed for $48, and it looks like it's made with really good fabric, organic cotton, so that's kind of why I picked it up. Didn't see a lot of comps for this, but I feel like it'll do decent. Last thing I found, I did find another jacket. I'll put it on the screen if I remember. Also, this is called Mike Gray. This is a kind of like green fleece, like vintage. Hopefully you can see. Hopefully it's not too dark, but I really love the style of this. This is oversized. This is perfect for a shacket. And yeah, that stuff really sells well. So that is everything I found at the bins. So next we're going to package some orders, and I'll give you guys some updates. I'll show you some things or talk to you a little bit about some things that I'm changing, and I'll kind of talk a little bit about some things that I have changed and some things that I feel like might have not helped my business. So just be a little bit transparent with you guys. because I have kind of struggled with reselling, as you know, for quite a while, but I feel like I'm finally getting out of that struggle bus, I guess you could say. Finally feeling a little bit better about reselling, just pacing myself, and just feeling a lot more motivated for it. So I'm excited to talk to you guys about it. I feel like I haven't talked too much. I'm trying to not be not vulnerable, but also not like hyper focused, because that is something I noticed that I was doing a lot of, and I feel like sometimes I overshare, which is okay, but sometimes it leads me into a spiral of like negative thinking when I overshare. So yeah. So let's grab some orders, and I'll meet you back to package them, and we'll talk about them as well. I have not eaten breakfast yet, so we're gonna film this first. Okay, so first thing to sell, not in any particular order, but this is a Fossil belt. So if you can see, that's Fossil, and then it has this really cool, Western kind of like texture and silver parts on this. And I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so I have 7 items to talk to you guys about, but yeah. So this one sold on Poshmark for $28. So it feels so weird to sit in front of you guys again and like package and talk. I have this little tiny table thing. I do want to get a shipping table, but it's fine for right now. So I also have not been using my paper packaging like I normally do, just because, I don't know, I really like the low-key, like very minimal packaging like idea. I don't know why, I really liked it, and it's been a lot easier to package some stuff up. So yeah, I guess I will start talking to you guys about some things that I'm going to change. So periodically, oh, Mar wants to bring her stick. Thank you, Mar. Mar has this stick that, yeah, please don't judge us, because look what she did. So she has shredded this. She likes strings and sticks. So this is a measuring tape, old measuring tape that was kind of off. And we tied it to this stick. And it's like Mar's favorite toy. So she'll sometimes bring it to me. Not today, Mar. We got to talk to the people. Not today. Thank you. Might have to put this up. 1 second. She's mad because I had to put it back up, but if I don't, she will like keep bringing it to me for like the whole time I'm sitting here. So basically, sorry if I'm scattered. I don't have anything planned. I just wanted to kind of like talk to you guys and kind of tell you what's kind of going on. So if you haven't noticed, for a couple months, I really struggled with just reselling in general. So first thing I'll talk to you guys about is some orders as I'm going. So sorry if I'm all over the place, but these are some Madewell jeans. Now I know Madewell does not perform the way it used to, but I'm going to talk to you why I picked this style up. It is called the Curvy Perfect Vintage Wide Leg Cropped Jean size 30. So this is a really good style, I feel like. It's cropped, it's wide leg, it's a light wash, it's a great size, and I found them at the bins. So I'm like, yeah, the comps weren't amazing, but I did decide to pick them up just because, like, sorry, welcome to the show, guys. She's crazy. I decided to pick them up just because I felt there was enough sellable factors for this item to sell. So kind of why, and they sold on Poshmark. Let's see, what did they sell for? $52. So they came in last night, so I was super happy. And for reference, today is Wednesday. So when you see this video, it will be a compilation of like a couple days. So It's just easier for me to film that way. Just some days I don't have lots to film and some days I do. So, all right. So as you could see, I kind of struggled a little bit with reselling for a couple months, and I honestly was at the point where like I was like, should I quit? And a lot of it had come from, I started watching a lot of people that were into minimalism. They were into like no buy years. And instead of taking that information and taking it, you know, and not like full-fledged taking it, I just kind of absorbed it too much. And I started contemplating like my decisions for my job. And I just started harping on myself a lot. And I started thinking that, you know, reselling was causing me to overbuy and stuff, which it was a little bit, but not to the extent that I was kind of hyper-focusing on. And I struggled for a while with that. So next item. This is a Free People sweater. I just picked this up like 2 or 3 days ago at the bins. And it's called the Swim Too Deep pullover. And this was listed, I think I listed it for like $50 or $52. I can't remember. But it sold on Poshmark for $40. So I was super happy. Free People sweaters do really, really well for me. As long as they're chunky knit. Like I said, if you're watching this, maybe you watched my like what has been selling fast for me, and that's kind of what I focus on for Free People. Most of the time I will only pick up laid back, oversized, relaxed, beachy vibes. There is occasional times I will pick up other stuff, but most of the time I'm not picking that up because it just does not sell. So yeah, without being too like vulnerable, I just was, I was basically struggling. So that's like a short condensed version of it, but I'm back to just making what I love. I'm back to this being an extension of my reselling journey, my extension of like a reseller. So it'll be like what solds, it'll be hauls, it'll be thrift with me's, it will be day in the lives, things that are going to be centered around reselling. I will add in like lifestyle stuff here and there within my vlogs and stuff like that. But I want this channel to be a reselling channel. So I'm sorry if I went back and forth and like, sometimes I can be really indecisive and hard on myself. So, I was thinking that I needed to be all these different things instead of just focusing on being myself. And it's been a journey, but I feel like this coming up year, it'll be a lot better, and I will just hopefully continue to get more confident in myself and also my, YouTube channel. So that was a little tiny one, and then I'll talk a little bit about some changes that I'm making for my business. So I just wanted to give you kind of a backstory so you're not like, dude, what's going on? So you guys saw this in a haul. This is the Free People thermal. This is like the Cozy Up or Step It Up or something like that. This sold very quickly on Poshmark for $22. These don't sell for a ton of money, but these are great bread and butter pieces, especially if they have more intricate details on the sleeve. I know over time they have kind of gotten more saturated, but for me they still sell. Some changes I do plan on making for the new year is I went through a season of really getting rid of a lot of stuff, and while I am very happy that I did that, I think I also kind of put myself in a not so favorable position. I didn't get rid of like everything, right? I still have around 800 listings, which is great, but with the smaller size closet, I have noticed that my sales are a lot smaller. and they're not as consistent as when I had a store that had 1,600. Now, do I think that I'm going to get back up to 1,600? I don't know. I don't really want to, just because I don't really have a lot of space. Now, if I had a separate room in like a separate like Poshmark inventory room or something like that, I definitely probably would. And I think that the pros outweigh the cons, just because I do this full time. So having more listings, I know I've gone back and forth. Like, please don't come for me. But I want to be transparent. This is my business, so I'm able to make those changes when I see necessary. You know, sometimes I'll want to grow, sometimes I won't. I don't think I'll go back to getting rid of so many items, just because I want the consistency with sales. So I do plan on growing the store. I'm just going to be a lot more selective and focus on quality. Next thing to sell, I just picked this up as well. Feeling pretty good. A lot of stuff that I've been picking up lately has been selling pretty fast, so I am grateful for that. But this is called the Free People. This is a Free People movement, kind of like, I'm kind of sad because it was a set, but it was tagged an extra large. And if you're new, Free People movement has this kind of little leaf logo somewhere on the garment, but this was kind of a set. If you can see, it's only a shirt. So I did not find the pair of pants. When I got home, I realized it was a set. So the pants might have been in there, but in all honesty, I don't think they were. So maybe the person kept them. But Free People movement, I love Free People movement. Most of the time, if I find it, I will pick it up. It just sells really well. This sold on eBay for $38. So I'm trying to bring back my eBay store. I am, just trying to, I guess you can say, try to be a better reseller, and get out of my head so much. Those are some changes. I'm also going to source more. I talked a little bit about like my sourcing strategy. I have been sourcing about 2 days a week, but I might increase that just to open more opportunities for like regular thrift stores and stuff like that, to hopefully make a little bit more money. So yeah, I have a couple more items. This brand, it's hard to pronounce and it's hard to tell what this brand is. Sorry for the sunlight, but that is the tag. Hopefully I'll put it on the screen, but it's Czarina. Don't ask me to pronounce it. I'm not great with pronunciation, so I'm sorry about that. But this is kind of like I don't know, it has like leopards or cheetahs on it. It's like a boho style. It's got little rhinestones all over, and it was 100% silk. I've never heard of this brand, but because of all those factors, I did decide that it was probably a good pickup. And it was very kind of like, if you've ever seen like Tiger King, it kind of gives me Tiger King vibes. I don't know why, probably because of the tiger, but it was really pretty. So I listed this for, I think $75, just because I really couldn't find a lot of comps. It was a good size, good fabric content. It just had a lot going for it. So I did list it a little bit higher. And somebody sent me an offer for $50. Had it listed for a couple months. I felt like that was fair. I just paid $1 for it, and I was ready to move it out. If it had more comps, better comps, then I probably would have kept it for a little bit longer, waited for the summer. But for me, I'm okay. $50, that's a lot of money for me. So, and that's a lot of money for somebody else. Last thing to sell was actually a bundle, and I was super happy because it sold on Depop. So I just picked this up. Look at how cute. This is a J. Crew. I believe this is kind of a rare style, but it does have cashmere, and it's like a little Paris bird with a little barrette or something. Super, super cute. And yeah, picked over bin. Nobody picked it up. So I was like, yeah, I'll pick it up. And then the last thing in that bundle, you guys saw this, is that really slouchy, oversized Free People knit cardigan. And it's like slouchy. This is perfect. This is like the perfect Free People cardigan. If it was a little bit smaller, I probably would have kept it for myself just because I'm a sucker for a good Free People sweater. So this sold on Depop for $85 in a bundle. So I was really, really happy about that. But yeah, I'm going to package this up and then I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay, bye. How you doing, Marmar? Sitting on my listing book. Just chilling, listing my items, chilling out with Mar. Right, Mar?